Imagine discovering a long-lost photo session featuring Karen Carpenter Yessos, the soft voice behind classic tunes like Close to You, in pictures so bold they've never been published. You'll notice right away that these images leave very little room for interpretation. The last image in this archive is the one that really surprises collectors and enthusiasts alike, so stay tuned to the very end. The narrative opens in a dimly lit studio in the middle of the 1970s. Known for her reserved manner, Karen stands against a luxurious velvet background, clad only in a silk scarf that has been thoughtfully hung. The fabric drapes in a way that highlights each curve while providing just enough coverage to maintain modesty. You can practically hear the quiet of the studio lights and feel the plush smoothness of that scarf. It is evidence that hints can have greater impact than outright disclosures. A candid moment next appears, showing Karen lounging on a chaise long with her back arched and her scarf slipping off at a single knot. The smooth swell of her hips and the graceful line of her spine were visible when the camera captured her in mid-twist. She has a calm face with her lips slightly apart and her eyes half closed. It is evidence that a single frame can contain both strength and fragility. You can practically hear the shutter clicking softly as it captures that moment of unadulterated beauty. You come upon a silhouette photograph against an open window as you keep scrolling through these rediscovered negatives. Karen's form is outlined in bright edges by the influx of morning light. She crosses her arms over her chest, yet the light shows the line of her shoulders and the curvature of her waist. It demonstrates how light and shadow can elevate a straightforward portrait to the level of living art. The scent of the fresh morning air is nearly detectable. A black and white portrait that appears to have been taken from a private art book follows. Karen squares her shoulders and looks directly into the camera. Because there is no color, your attention is drawn to every line and curve. It's evidence that sometimes the most audacious remarks are made in black and white. The silence in the darkroom where this print was created is nearly palpable. You're taken aback. Halfway through by a lighthearted poolside photo, the scarf has been replaced with dripping skin as Karen leans on the edge, water flowing around her waist. The way the droplets adhere to her curves is evidence that the elements of nature may work together to show real form. Behind her, you can practically hear the delicate rustle of leaves and the calm lap of water. A close-up that just shows her torso follows. Intimacy frequently dwells in details, as evidenced by the camera's capture of her rib sweep and her abdomen's soft rise. Every nuanced phrase reveals a tale of a woman who is both private and well-known. The wind almost feels like it's brushing across her flesh. Next, you discover the shot that is most talked about. Karen was laying on satin sheets with one arm hanging over her head and no scarf. The warm glow reflected by the silk pillow is evidence that every detail, including the fabric and lighting angle, was carefully considered. She strikes a rare moment of total surrender with her eyes closed and her head leaned back. In that one instant, you can almost hear the studio sighing and going silent. You've seen Karen Carpenter in a way that very few people ever see. Fearless, radiant, and completely unforgettable. If you've read this far, please hit like and share this movie with other music and photography enthusiasts if these pictures left you speechless. Tell us which shot most surprised you in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell too. Ensure you don't miss any more exclusive releases. Thank you for viewing. Remain fearless and inquisitive.